The computer shipments are down 40%. This is according to market research firm IDC. With us now to weigh in on this, Apple PC shipments plunge 40%. What's the deal with that? HILARY FORDWICH is a global business consultant. Krisha Lenzo is a business analyst. Ladies, welcome, and thank you very much for coming on. Also wanted to add that Dell Technologies were second with a 31% decline. So HILARY, what does this tell us about who's buying what or who's not doing that?
Well, Emma, pleasure to be back with you and Krisha and Sean. A few things here. Number one, it does show that the return to the office, the sort of hybrid working, is actually working. Why? Because the laptops that companies were providing for their employees, that's obviously plunged. I'm seeing a lot of my clients, they've done everything they could to encourage their employees to come back to the office and be at their desks with regular workstations. Also, I do think that Apple, don't forget the price tag is almost $3,000, whereas there's functionality in a lot of other PCs that companies can get, so they're not en masse buying these. And last but not least, of course, while Apple does try to build in obsolescence, there is, of course, no actual sort of incentive to buy a new laptop if you don't have to, if there's no dramatic sort of new updated functionality that anybody needs. So at that price tag, individuals aren't purchasing them and businesses are avoiding it.
I mean, Krisha, could it be that just about everyone you know is holding a $1,000 cell phone, which many forget? It is a mini computer, these little guys here. You can do everything a laptop can do from this thing. You can email, you can send just about anything, you can run all your social media, obviously send pictures, send videos, and obviously look up any website you want, stream video. Is it possible that many folks are simply moving to getting any type of information they need on their smart devices?
I think that is a huge part of it. Our smart devices have all of the capabilities you mentioned, and they're portable. You can go around with it, really easily. And I think at this point, when it comes to the oversupply of computers, that it really had nothing to do with the shortages that we've been seeing in other aspects, other areas. And the computers, in this case, as Emma mentioned in her open, really everyone is being hit. It's not just Apple. We have Dell, we have HP, anywhere from 20 to 30% of these sales are declining. And certainly in this case with Apple in pre-market, they seem to be about flat. But yesterday the stock was down about 1.6%. So we'll be tracking that as to how this affects the company. And Tim Cook also came out and said this has a lot to do with the global landscape. And they were actually, I think, taken a little bit off guard by this news. So we'll be tracking it.
Yeah, well, hey, we also wanted to watch and talk to you all about some bank stocks also following that take.